from USA as they are under lockdown or some problems with the COVID-19. So USA cannot export to China right now that much, and the trade war also. And Brazil should also plan the soybean plantation timing because there is less rainfall they are facing. So to get the most harvest, they should plan the harvest when to plant this soybean so that they could get the best soybean. And they should have a new contract with China to promise to cut down the cost of exporting.
Okay.
And Brazil should also Brazil can also lend or rent land from other countries to increase the soybean plantation.
Okay.
And they should also partner up with soybean producing countries so that they can have more and more soybean to export to China.
Okay.
And they can also raise the price because as USA is at war with China, trade war, and also they are under lockdown COVID-19 situation. So they are now not as stable. USA is not as stable. So Brazil can take the advantage of that. And Brazil should also get ready to strategize about the trade war, and the COVID-19 to get ready for the high price selling price to China because it is the best exported to China for soybean. And they should also have cheapest export route. They should also Brazil should opt for the cheapest route, sea route maybe, to export to China. And Brazil should also try artificial rain because of the rainfall shortage. So they can opt for artificial rain to fight this rainfall shortage problem and grow more soybean. And they can also plant retrofit soybean. So the retrofit soybean needs less rain or water. So that way, the increase of limitation will be achieved by Brazil because those soybean will need less water and they can thrive without that much of the rainfall. And then the Brazil ranks lower in the infrastructure, so they can improve their infrastructure so that they can compete with USA. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, thanks for Gosha. Now is here standing on the United States viewpoint.
So we have few different and crazy ideas. To keep the trade between United States and China, we can put more strict rule for the agreement between United States and China to at least minimum amount of every year we have minimum amount for China to buy a soybean from United States. And another one, we are more focusing on transportation costs because from United States to China they have lower transportation costs than Brazil to China. So we can more focusing on the transportation cost and keep it low, so the China will keep buying from the soybeans from the United States. So the next one is opposite side of the first one.
Okay.
So the United States can put flexible restriction for the China agreement, so they can keep buying in the future in the long term. For example, every year depends on the China market. We can flexible. Sometimes it can be lower. Sometimes it can be higher minimum amount. So the next one is that in order to stop China to buy the soybean from Brazil, the United States can buy as much as soybean from the Brazil and sell it to the other country.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and
How about the other way? Like the United States pretend that Brazil's soybean and export to mainland China.
you can
Maybe the
also
other way.
Yeah. And then another one is the soybean manufacturing company, soybean farmers in the United States, they can shift to start producing another products. And then the last one is United States can assist their livestock industry with technology and demonstration to show they can grow more meat in their given mass, which is in China, and they can. So after this, the Chinese demand from the United States will increase. So they keep trading.
Okay. Thank you. Show you to the.
At the back.
Oh, okay, good. I'm make sure. Okay, before the break, let me quickly highlight something. Very good strategy among three things, and hopefully you can learn something. But previously, you always study on just two different ways, and this time I would like to use thinking from the three different countries. Perhaps they have some interesting relation among the different countries. But ideally, it's kind of like this is summarized about those three countries' current situation. Starting from the mid 2018, we found like Brazil may almost run out of soybean because like they almost reached their supply capacity. So that's the key issue here. And mainland China is kind of like also keep fighting with the United States. So that's the main situation. But suddenly they found like even though this situation, we originally estimated the Brazil's supply will be run out very soon. We suddenly found like the African swine will play another issue here. So which means like the demand will dramatically decrease. Just because like the pork in the mainland China, maybe the demand is quite decreased. So which means they don't need to spend lots of like soybean. So that's what happened in the 2018 so far. So that's also change the demand situation. So although you see like demand increasing year by year, but actually for the pork or like the other animals, the demand will be decreased so far. So that's the whole situation. And several quick suggestions like Brazil, like a poor transportation infrastructure should be quickly think about long-term plan to improve that. So that's the main strategy for the Brazil. So this is the whole situation, and actually not just the United States. Argentina plays another rivals compared to the Brazil. So even though you South America, they have a very similar weather condition and environment. So which means neighborhood countries will be there, another key player here. So some of you mentioned a very similar strategy, try to find out other sourcing. So I would say Argentina will be another key player here. They also have enough soybean supply every year. They also have a similar weather condition and the situation with the Brazil. So that will be another competitive with other South American countries. But in general, you will see like I just highlight here. So this is main challenge here. Like we always talk about the weather impact in global supply chain management. This is another weather impact. So far you look stable, but nobody really know what happen in the near future. So that's the main issue we want to keep thinking about that. Alright, so I think very good discussion this morning, and I plan to give you like around 15 minutes break, and then we will keep finishing the whole class. So just take a break around 15 minutes. Thank you.